All measures except evicting the tenants. Perhaps the parents deserve to be evicted, but we don't want to see any children out in the street. So yes, whatever measures the government intends to take up, we would welcome. But we wouldn't like to see anybody being made homeless because of the non-payment of rent or arrears.
So would you like to see the government have a system whereby they employ bailiffs to try and do things which are done in other countries?
Whatever needs to be done, even if they have to confiscate assets, luxuries like televisions, non-essential things in the home, everything needs to be done to recover this money except evicting the tenants.
Ms. Sacramento, clearly there are people now who think that they can get away and largely have gotten away with not paying their rent. If somebody's watching this tonight thinking, I don't need to pay my rent because I haven't in 11 years and I can continue to do so and nothing's going to happen to me, what would your message to them be?
Well, the message has to be that clearly we are now ready with our plan to recover because we've been working on the strategy for a while now. So we're ready to trigger it now. We're in a position to have the tools, the legislative power and the team of dedicated officials to dedicate themselves to the recovery of arrears of people who don't want to pay because they don't want to pay. We will always, as a government, be there for those individuals in society who cannot pay for whatever reason. And of course, we'll look at them to ensure that they are genuine cases because we're here to help them. But in the vast majority of cases where people don't want to pay because they think that they can get away with it because they've been getting away with it for the last 20 years, then the time has come because we are going to deal very vigorously with the recovery of arrears. And on the point of evictions, clearly evictions will be a last resort. And maybe Edwin has shared his personal view, but that doesn't seem to be the view of the GSD because in their press releases in the last couple of days, we are being criticised for not evicting people. Now, there is a whole array of measures and things that we can resort to before an eviction because an eviction, of course, particularly if there are children, would not be appropriate and it has to be a last resort.
Let's take an example that quite a few of the people we interviewed mentioned. In Gibraltar, a lot of people like their cars.
Yep.
If you're not paying your government rent and you've got a nice, say, we had BMW mentioned there, but it could be any other brand, what is the government going to do? Will they remove the car if necessary from that person, sell it off and claim the money?
It's not as easy as just repossessing the car. There is a process that we have to follow and we can only do it by order of a court and then a court giving us the power to do that. But certainly if it's obvious, remember that now, because we've been working on the whole consolidated system to be able to recover the arrears, we now have computer systems that speak to each other. So we know exactly who the people are, where they work, what they earn, and any assets that are in a government database we have access to. We have access to the license, vehicle license registration authority, so we know exactly what property
What if the vehicle is registered to one of their family members?
Then that's difficult because it's not their asset. We can only go and enforce in relation to assets. But again, that can be a last resort. And because we will be issuing the letters, reminding people of their arrears and inviting them to come in and enter into arrears agreement, which we will follow up, then hopefully situations like that will be a last resort. But people need to know that, of course, there are powers available, which we will, of course, enforce.